So I just went out with this bi girl last night, and I'm gonna tell you a little story about our date. But before I start, I don't want any freaking biphobia in my comment section, okay? Like, I'm so freaking dead serious. That's not okay here. So I'm gonna give her a pass because I think I'm like the first girl she's ever been on a date with. Because like when we were talking about our past experiences, she kind of discussed kind of only having like sexual relationships with women and only have like actually dated men. So maybe it's because I asked her out and has nothing to do with that. She's only dated men in her past experiences. But like, we got to the restaurant, we ate, and food's good. When the bill came, like, she kind of like looked towards me to pay for it. I was like, that's like literally no problem because like I don't mind paying for dates, like especially if I asked you. But then she's like, let's get ice cream, and I was like, okay. So we got ice cream. And she kind of looked at me to pay for it again. I was like, okay. And it was kind of like at that moment, I'm like, am I the guy here? Because like, especially since I'm like, I dress a little bit more masculine. I'm like, oh my God, like I think she thinks she's like on a date with like a dude. I don't know. It just, I got that inkling, icky feeling. And then after, it was like 11 p.m. And like I had walked to our date and I told her, like, I walked like, maybe like 7 minutes. It was like less than a half a mile or like something really, really close. But it was like 11 and she drove to our restaurant, and I was like kind of expecting her to be like, hey, do you need a ride home? Because it's like 11 and we're in like downtown LA. But she did not offer me a ride home. I was like, okay, maybe she just don't want a stranger in her car, which is completely valid. But then, or the date just went horribly. But then she was like, hey, like, can I kiss you? And I was like, okay. I have nothing against, like, kissing on the first date. It was just, like, I don't really know you. But I was like, fine. And I don't know, the kiss was kind of awkward. It was probably my fault. And then after, she kissed me, and then she drove away, and I walked home. But like, let me know if I'm overthinking this, because maybe I'm just overthinking this. And by the way, like I said, no biphobia in my comments. Maybe it has nothing to do with her being bisexual, because trust, I know a lot of lesbians that I've dated that literally suck, and it has nothing to do with that. But I will say, when I have gone on dates with like bisexual women, I don't think they're intentionally trying to be like that. I think they're just so used to have dating men that they don't really sometimes think the perspective